Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 39 of the Swish Nomads podcast. Almost a 40. That means,
It's
hey,
crazy.
it's crazy. I know we made it till almost 40. Anyways, once again, Island Boy is back. The Island Boy. It was yeah. He was on a mission, for the continent. For the U16 boys and girls AfroBasket. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm good, but yeah, it was quite a mission, seeing those guys, seeing Cote d'Ivoire win, seeing Egypt win the first title, so it was something, Uh, and what was even most appealing, I'd say, is that seeing Mali losing the title, just seeing that thing pass in front of our eyes, it was quite something. I could tell you. We'll talk about it later, but yeah, it's really quite something.
We will. And listen, the boss lady number one, the one and only OG. How you doing, ma'am?
I am doing really well. The summer, technically, FIBA summer is officially over for me. Thank God Eurobasket is done now and I can get back to uh still doing work actually. I'm not going on holiday or anything. So I don't know why I said that like something else was going to happen. I will still be making videos. So yeah, I'm doing really, really well.
And killing it at that. So
Oh,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
Most of listen. A lot of things you see at AfroBasket, Eurobasket, like every FIBA platform, that lady got that lady fingertip. So
I mean, I'm
put
trying.
some respect in the name. Anyways,
Oh, just before you continue, I just want to say if you haven't checked it out, we did an uncovered series on both men and women's Afrobasket, one for the 2013 Afrobasket final, and one for the men's that was Egypt versus Angola, and one for the 2019 Afrobasket final, Nigeria versus Senegal. And I actually like produced, wrote the scripts, did all of that. So if you haven't seen it, we've just released it on the Afrobasket pages. Do check it out.
she's doing like okay, you know.
You know. You guys said I have to promote, so I need to learn how to promote. So I'm
I know.
promoting.
There you go. There you go. There you go. No, no, but listen, jokes, no, jokes aside, this lady she's the real deal. She's the real
Thank
deal.
you. Thank you.
But speaking of the real deal,
Mm.
a shout out to, you know, boys and girls, U16 Afro Basket. It was
Yes.
like there was stars that were born on this tournament in Rwanda, like it was
Mm.
amazing. Jonathan's gonna go in depth later on, but like I just want to shout out to because these girls and these boys they meant business, and then they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with, like the near future, like now the first two they're gonna go to U17 World Cup and then U18 AfroBasket again, and then hopefully if they maintain that trend they might go to U19 also World Cup, so shout out to the boys and girls. And we have a little, like as always, we got topics. Boss lady. There you go. Hot topics, please.
All right. We got a lot to get through, so I'm going to try and get it to you nice and quick. And hopefully in a fun way. So, by the time you listen to this, the FIBA Intercontinental Cup that is being hosted by Singapore 2025 will be over and done. And it is the potential for the first BAL team to place in the top three. So today, Al Ali, who are the Egyptian club who won the last BAL, gave a strong performance, beating, and here's where I butcher the name, Utusamiya Brex. Okay. 95-74. They are now through to the third place game, which will take place on Sunday. So, standout performances were from Romeo with a huge 21 points and 15 rebounds. We had McCormick drop 20 points and 10 points from, sorry, we had Marcus Knight drop 10 points as well. And Maker also drop 20 points too. So it was a big night for Al Ali. The only thing I will highlight is the players that dominated the most on the floor were the import players. And apart from Maker, who is Australian South Sudanese, the rest of them were actually from the Americas, one being USA and the other one being Puerto Rico. So That's interesting to look at. But Jean-Jacques Boissy was also there and he dropped 6 points. Moving on to the FIBA Under 23 World Cup 3x3. Why? See, I'm trying to keep it classy and everyone's trying to bring me back down. I'm just saying, he was there.
He's
He looked
taken.
good.
He's taken.
Yes, all right, fine. I was just telling everyone his points. Okay, so the under 23 3x3. The tournament is wrapping up, and sadly, none of the African teams who competed made it to the quarterfinals this year. They ended the competition like this. In the boys' team, Egypt finished fifth in Pool B and Algeria fourth in Pool C. For the women, Egypt finished fourth in Pool A, Uganda fourth in Pool D, and Algeria fifth in Pool C. But we did get some standout moments. For the men, Dali Hadid led with 23 total points. And for the women's, Shaila Lamu led with 20 points from Uganda. And a special mention to Farida Mossad, who ended with 19 points for Egypt. It just goes to show that in 3x3, we still have a place on the map and we're just building and building and building. So shout out to those teams who made it. A quick player update from Alou Diarra. For those who don't know, he officially signed with Virtus Bologna and his first LBA game will be set for October the 5th versus Napoli Basket. He will be playing his first EuroLeague and have his EuroLeague debut against the mighty Real Madrid, where he'll go up against the one and only Eddie Tavares and Bruno Fernando. That's going to be on the 30th of September at 7:45 GMT +1. So make sure we watch our superstar because we all love Mr. Diarra. And finally, a big shout out to Monique Akoy Makani from Cameroon. She has just won the WNBA championship with the Phoenix Mercury, contributing a solid minutes to their finals run. She's a key player for the Cameroon national team, so it's a big win for the continent and a big win for her as well. Representation matters, and we're happy to see Africans in the WNBA. That is it from me. Back to you, Pedro.
Hey, once again, hot topics with the one and only OG. You know the way. You know, hey, listen, you put a little oomph to it. You know, like honestly, you put because I couldn't
You
do it how
put the
you do
hot
it.
to
You
the
know,
hot
none of us
topics.
could. You know, so that's yeah, she does, and then she goes and slips and slides some Jean Jacques Boissy, da da
I
da.
don't know
But
what
it's
you're
all good.
talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. I'm just giving them the facts.
Randomly. No, but it's all good. It's all good. No, but listen. You mentioned the WNBA title. Listen, we need to have our stars, both female and male, winning championships, contributing. So it's really really good. Congrats to Cameroon. Congrats to her. Congrats to the Phoenix Mercury for trusting in the African talent. We go to the question of the week. It's something that is really really dear to me because I'm gonna because at the end of last episode I was like, listen, because I'm just gonna read it to you. How often do we see families sabotaging kids' long-term future by wanting too much too soon before the kids even make it? Uh, I think we had this conversation once. Like in other parts of the world, they don't see the kids as a meal ticket. They don't see the kids as ATM card. They see the kids, oh yeah, you playing basketball, whatever. It's good for time management to be healthy, this and that, whatever. Unfortunately, in our continent, in other continents, I would say Asia has the same problem probably, and also South America. The more some of the least developed parts of the world, they see these kids as meal tickets, and then sometimes they try to sabotage the kids before they even make it. They got to make it first in order for them to be able to help you. I don't know how is it in your respective countries. Like I'm talking about either because I have examples, but I would like to hear from your side. What do you guys think? Like have you noticed some cases, and then I'll elaborate in right after your answers.
OG, go first, please.
Sorry, I was gonna let the beard go. Okay, so I really thought I sat with this question and thought about it for a while because I think for me there's two ways to look at it. In to answer your first question, which was, does this happen, let's say in Nigeria? I would say not as much. I think Nigeria, in terms of like GDP, is technically quite a wealthy country in comparison to other African countries. And if you have a child that's going abroad to study, it's because you've got money to back it up. So I would say it's not that it's rare that you have a scholarship, but it's rare that you have a full ride scholarship where everything is taken care of by the school that that child is going to. More than likely, you have parents in Africa who work in Nigeria who are working very, very hard to get the money and pool their resources to send that child to school. On the flip side of that, I want to present the case that as a parent, and I'm not a parent, I will be at some point, so holler at me. But when I become a parent, the idea that I am going to give up X amount of time and invest that time, that resource, that energy into a child to play a sport, and then at some point that child gets discovered by somebody outside of my country, me personally, I'm going with my child. You're not telling me that I'm letting my 12-year-old get on a plane and go and live in another country where they possibly, well, in my case, my child speaks English, so I think that would be slightly different. But potentially they don't speak the language, they don't know the climate, they don't know the culture, they don't know the food. And then I'm expected that these strangers, I should trust that you will take care of my child. In a day and age when we know kidnappings happen, we know child trafficking happens, we know murderers exist, and we know people do bad things to children.
True.
I think as a parent, you would consider what why would I let my child do this thing? As much as I want my child to succeed, I also have to be a parent first. And I think if we're not examining it in that way as well, I think we do a disservice to those parents who are cautious and who are worried about what is going to happen to their child. Now, that doesn't mean that I should then demand first class ticket, first class accommodation, da 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 da. But it does mean if you're going to move me and my child to this country, I want to know, can I work? Because I'm going to need to be able to feed my child. I want to put clothes on their back. I want to make sure they're taken care of. Is there somewhere for us to live? Yes, I understand that they're going to live, but can you help me source accommodation so that my child doesn't always have to be in that dorm room? On the weekends, they can come home. I can cook them a home cooked meal. If people come to visit us, there is a place for us. I think that's a very reasonable expectation in a day and age when we're asking parents to send younger and younger children away from the family home.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And plus, you're not a parent yet, but you're a woman with motherly instincts. Yeah, I think these are your motherly instincts kicking in. Yeah. What about you? What about you, Jonathan?
Uh, there's a name for that, actually. It's called the Mbappe phenomenon. Since I don't know if you heard about it, Mbappe and his family have been managing his career since he started and all that, and now there's the thing that everyone thinks they can harbor, they can have a new Mbappe, be it in soccer, in basketball, or whatever. So what I've seen in Mauritius, I haven't seen it in basketball, unfortunately or fortunately. I've seen it in other sports. I've seen that in cycling. I've seen that in a little bit of soccer too. I've seen that in tennis. Okay, and what the fact is, these parents, like Oji said, the parents, they want their child to succeed. But my question would be at this point: have they prepared the child to succeed? It's like, okay, you're giving them everything so they can achieve whatever they want, but is the kid ready to give up on his dreams? Sometimes it's like, I'm a tennis player, so my son or my daughter will be playing tennis.
Mm.
Or if you're a basketball player, so if a kid wants to play soccer or basketball or whatever, and the question remains, because you see that sometimes the parents, the child doesn't have expectations about winning or losing. Hey, I've seen kids, just coming and doing their thing on the court, playing and having a good time. But I've seen also parents ranting to their kids when they lose.
Mm.
The kid needs to win at all costs. You need to. I've seen parents just like grabbing the shirts of the kids, you know, and this for me. At If you're 12, 13 years old, you shouldn't be. You should be aiming for high level sports, but at this age, you should be enjoying whatever you're doing. You shouldn't be,
True.
as a parent, you shouldn't be pressurizing your kid to perform. So you need to win to grab a scholarship, to grab a to get noticed. I've seen so many careers. I've seen so many young careers down because of parents having too many expectations. And this for me, like I said, I haven't seen it in basketball yet here. I hope I'll see it someday because we need to have at least one standout player.
Mm.
But I've seen it in other sports, and yeah, it's sad. It's sad that the parents themselves, they don't realize that they're killing their child's ambitions. They're killing, you know. And when I've seen good players, I've seen good cyclists stop riding because they had too much pressure from the parents. They need, it's like the need to win. It surpasses everything else.
Mm.
The guy can't, the kid can't come second. He can't come in second. He needs to be first, or else it's a disaster. And I tell you, I've seen those. I've written stories about that, saying that sometimes parents need to let go to let the kids enjoy sports because when you're 13, 14, it's still enjoying. Of course,
Mm.
the kid, he can dream of being a professional at some point, but this is the age when you make it or you break it. And you either learn or you don't learn. And I've seen kids tearing up. Second, second, national champion, second, you're second to that national champion. And the guy was crying on the podium because his
Oh.
father or his mother was saying, "Oh, you're just a failure because you didn't win." So
Oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. At some point, yeah, Pedro, you're right when you say that sometimes parents do hinder, do uh, prevent, have this role to play in uh, in a kid's career. Yeah, and I agree with that. And
Sorry, can I just
long term. Yeah, sure.
sorry, I just want to come back on one thing you said. You said at that age they should be playing the sport for enjoyment. To me, I think at any age you should be playing the sport for enjoyment. Also, as adults, we don't always get the opportunity to do careers that we love and that we enjoy. So to me, like at any and every stage, you should be trying to do things that you love and that you enjoy. So when you make the sport um a requisite of your love, essentially, by saying to that kid, if you don't win, you're not good enough, ego which basically translates to the kid, I don't love you as much as when you win. I think you're doing something wrong. You're doing a disservice. Equally, you as a parent being given the opportunity to give your child something else, something different, something that you didn't have, that's something as a parent you need to think very carefully about when you're making that decision. Because although I can understand mother or father, uncle, cousin, brother, sister saying, I don't feel comfortable sending my 15-year-old, 16-year-old across the world to a place I've never been to, that I've never seen. All I have is your word that everything is going to be fine, is very different from you saying that kid isn't going unless I go. Because I
Yeah,
think there's two different motivations there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
One is immigration, one is immigration, and then you touched a really really valid point. When they do this kind of like blackmail, hey, listen, you want him? It's a package deal, but it's no package deal because the school has no obligation of feeding you as a parent. There's no obligation because most of the time these parents are not because you mentioned Nigeria, right? I mean, I know the Nigerians that I know in the States, they want to be doctors, they want to, like really engineers, whatever. They're very academically driven, you
Yeah.
know, and so and then like you said, Nigerians is kind of like because the father is able to, and then there's also a lot of Nigerian Americans and Nigerian
Yeah.
communities too, is really really big, and then I think they help each other.
Yeah.
A lot of these other African countries not the same. The ones that
Yeah.
get on a boat trying to reach Italy, the ones that are forging passports, are doing this to this, this, that, and
But
the
that's
third.
out of necessity, right? They're
It
not doing
is.
it as a way to teach their child that that's what you should do, but they're doing it because they want a better life for themselves and their
Yeah, for
child.
them. Yeah, I just think it's like this. You cannot go and live through your child. First of all, you had your
Mhm.
basketball dreams, you didn't make it, whatever, and then you want your kid to succeed at all costs. That's one thing. That's kind of like positive because you instilling like uh, ambition, this and that. But then when you want your 12, 13, 14-year-old to be the meal ticket and you take it out, then it's unfair pressure on the kid.
But
Because the kid,
aren't they by default, like, even if you as a parent are not saying that kid is the meal ticket, by default you are, because technically Yanis was the meal ticket, Doncic was the meal ticket, Jokic was the meal ticket. Do you see what I mean? Like, the kid is, whether you say it out loud or you don't, that kid, who is now a grown man or grown woman, changed the life of their whole family.
yeah, kind of like yeah. Okay, the yeah, but check. Luka Doncic's dad played professional. I mean, he didn't
But
make
that
that much
doesn't mean
money.
he's definitely gonna. That's what I'm saying. It's like what you said. Just because the parent did it doesn't, like LeBron. LeBron is a professional athlete.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
his son ever going to reach the heights he did? No. To the point that his son had I don't know if it was a breakdown or he had an accident where, like, he collapsed on court.
Yeah, he had
Like,
a heart.
that
Yeah, he had
is
a
a
heart thing. Yeah,
combination of pressure. That's a combination of
yeah,
fear, and also your body just not being able to do the things that people are expecting you to do because you are a child. And I think when we think about, like, America is very good at coining the phrase student athlete. But
yeah,
essentially nowadays, more and more, that isn't a student athlete. That's just an athlete that you happen
yeah.
to let study at your
Well,
school.
sometimes, yeah, true. That sometimes goes to class, whatever, when he's not. Yeah, true, true. No, man, no, no. Listen, we're running late. We're running late on our
Sorry.
next topic. But listen, there was a wonderful, wonderful your opinion. They're valid, both of them valid. So I totally agree with both of them. And then listen, please, in the comments, tell us what you think. Tell us what you think, and if you can give us examples, not like putting names. Oh, that guy did this, whatever. No, just tell us examples
Yeah,
that
please.
if you that you've seen happen. Okay. And then once again, don't forget, we like Swiss Nomads. We're here for you. We in every socials, like we on X, we on Instagram, we on YouTube. Our podcast, we on Spotify. I don't know what's to do with Apple Podcast. I don't know. It's an ongoing
That's my
process.
fault. I'm not gonna lie. Jigo gave me the password to do that like 3 months ago, and then the summer hit me, and
I
I
know, I
just
know.
didn't. But I will sort it out. I have the passwords. I have the logins. We will be on Apple Podcasts
Oh, there
soon
you
as.
go. There you go. Like come on. And then no, but listen, come on. I know you're a busy woman. You got people to see, things to do, whatever you can. No, but I'm just kidding.
Listen, I'm not
You
too busy for a husband. Let's be very clear. Let's not get it twisted. I can cook and clean with the best of them.
this
Okay.
this podcast is
hint.
turning into dating podcast.
No, but yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Help the podcast grow. The algorithm. Whatever th- this entity is. That everybody needs to. And please the algorithm. Yeah. Anyways, we go into our next subject, which is the U16, both
Yeah.
boys and girls, and then we were lucky to have like the quiz master. He was on site. So please, the floor is yours, Jonathan.
So just tell me what you want me to talk about. That's
Okay, let's
the big
start
question.
with.
There's so many things to say about.
I want to
Mhm.
start with the fact that Mali got knocked off the top spot and how good Cote d'Ivoire's youth program has become. Where did it come from? How did they do it? Those kids are amazing. And also, Sierra Leone having their first one, Uganda having a good showing. Is this an indication that the national teams at the top, the landscape of that may change in the years to come? Those are my questions.
Okay, so to answer in a direct way, yes, the landscape is going to change. I'll tell you why. First of all, there's Liberia, who won against
Mm,
Morocco. That game,
mm,
I think, I think that was the one of the best games I saw in Kigali. And looking on that Tanzania Tunisia game, this was in my eyes the best game that was played in Kigali, because Tanzania did what no team could do, like in terms of remaining focused. They did not let
mm,
any stake get in their way. They played they remained calm, and Tunisia was just like going all all over the place. But the coach, the Tanzanian girls, they were like this tall,
they're very small, right? Yeah.
yeah. But the way they kept playing, the way they played, that was uh, it's amazing to see how the the program they implemented back home
Mm,
for 2 3 years back. This is the first class that went out to Africa, and they made it. I don't know where they rank in the tournament. I think they rank seventh. So
mm.
Tanzania, it's they had a very good game. They had very good players. Players who came with basic skills:
Mm.
dribble, shoot, pass. Basic skills. No fancy behind the back. No look pass. No, nothing. They came with basic skills, and basic skills killed Tunisia on that game.
Crazy,
And
crazy.
and, and I think now to look back on Mali, I think the Mali
Mm.
women's team, the Mali girls team, they came uh, with two things happened. First thing is, when they finished the group phase, they were, personally, this is what I think, and I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Is that they said, okay, it's done. It's only
Mm. Mm.
the knockout stage, and we'll be done.
Mm.
And they overlooked every other team. Every other team,
Mm.
they were like, we're Mali. We'll still win it, what come what may. And on the other hand, I witnessed something when the coach, he was yelling at the girls, and you had the girls crying. And this is
Oh,
just
what after the game?
it was after during half time, I think. And the coach
Oh,
was yelling at the girls, and this showed that Mali was not in control of their fate in Kigali, because
okay.
the coach was not sure about what he was doing. He was just letting the team play
Interesting.
uh, as they wanted to play. And if you look back at the scores, Mali didn't have any blowout wins. They
Yeah.
had. I tell you. I think it's one or two, but they struggle. They struggle most of the time.
Mm.
So this was the indicator that Mali at some point would have fallen. But
Mm.
but what Cote d'Ivoire did in the semifinals, when they
Mm.
they, they took Mali out, I think Mali has got the message. Next time they need to come more prepared for whatever will come their way, because you know uh, it's like a thing of national pride for them, winning
Yeah.
these under 16 titles and all that. And you see a team that's, I think it's the second or third appearance, or if I'm not wrong, I think it's even the first one. I'm not sure about that. I need to check. But you're getting kicked out by a team that has no experience at this level. So you need
Yeah.
you need to get back home, think about what went wrong,
Yeah.
and just let's look back on the men's side, on the boys' side. Uh, Mali's team had seven, 5 players out because of uh, risk
Yeah.
test
The
and all that.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've heard
Edric.
something. I've heard something that two or three players should have been let in because they did counter test and all that, but they didn't. They were
Oh.
Yeah, but they were not allowed back in. Why? This is something I don't know. I don't know. I can answer right now. Sorry about that. But uh, the boys team, they displayed a very very resilient. They were very resilient. They went up to a semis, if I'm not wrong. Mm, they beat Egypt, who came with
Mm.
a 12-player roster. They beat Egypt, and the way they played, this shows that the boys team can do better. Because they can go
Mm.
all the way back, but still, we need to address the issue of age and all that. Okay, and so if you want to know, for me, my best surprise, the surprise was Liberia, Liberia, because this team, they came out of nowhere, out of nowhere. They came. Morocco, who's been at the under 16s for years. I
Yeah.
think they were returning this year. Liberia held them off all the way. It was a good fight. Both teams put up uh, their best play on that game. And the funny thing is that the next day, Morocco beat them, by a 1 or 2 point
Mm.
margin. Need to check the score. But what both sides say about the other is that Morocco said Liberia gave us a good run for our money.
Mm.
And Liberia said Morocco gave us a good run for our money. So when you see that teams, they are still, they're fighting each other back, this shows that
Mm.
the level is going up slightly,
Yeah.
slowly but surely. Well, teams are leveling up. And as for Cote d'Ivoire, what can we say about
Yeah.
Cote d'Ivoire? What can we say? From day one, someone told me Cote d'Ivoire is gonna win. I said no, I'm not sure about that. And there was a guy in I think it was the center. Uh,
Mhm.
even Oka said that. He said, "We're here to win. We want to win. We're here to
Mm.
win." And I was like, "I hope you win, but." mm, mm, mm. No, I didn't.
But belief is a powerful tool. If you believe
Yeah,
something, like it
those
can make you
guys,
do things that are impossible or seem impossible.
the, their their the speech has not changed since day one. There's no variation in the speech. It was the same. We're here to win. We're gonna win. We're here to win. We're gonna win. Everyone from Cote d'Ivoire I interviewed said the same thing. And the coach, he did a great job. Anderson Kofi, if I remember right, he did a very great job with the guys, with the boys.
Mm.
He never shouted. Yeah, he shouted because when he thought that the referees took a bad decision or that, but he never shouted at his boys. He kept
Mm.
pushing them, keep going. Okay, we keep going. We're down by 3 points. We keep going. We don't stop. We keep going. And during the final, the, his face, his body language said that he was going to win the tournament because he was all calm, all serene, all that, as compared to the Cameroon coach.
I want to tell me more about Cameroon because I heard some stuff behind the scenes happened in Cameroon. I want to know. Tell me.
Uh,
Uh oh.
Cameroon, yeah. Uh, they had a good team. We had a pretty good team. They had a good point guard. Nolan
Mhm.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
excellent.
He's something special.
And some people are even saying that just imagine this guy in 5 years, he's
Mhm.
15 or 16, playing for the senior team along with Jeremiah Hill. What they can do.
Mm.
Just let's just imagine. But Cameroon, I think personally, uh, bad out of bad luck, uh, or maybe the pressure to prove that they can win. You know
Mm.
the president was there, the chairman of our federation was there, and I had a feeling that they had to prove that they could win something on the continent. But looking back on what happened earlier in the year, and the kids, they're kids. They're playing.
Mm.
It's the first time they arrive here. They did all they could, but did they enjoy the final? Well, that's my question too. That's a question I'm
Mm.
asking myself. I'm still asking because if you look at Cote d'Ivoire, the way they were playing on that day, Cote d'Ivoire took pleasure in winning the game. Took pleasure in
Yeah.
playing first because when it was all done, I think they had like 8 or 10 points, and it was only 1 minute left. They was uh, dunking. They were for sure.
Having
Yeah, yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah. They were
Yeah.
having fun, but Cameroon had that pressure, to come back, uh, to prove that they belong. But Cameroon belongs here for what they did
Yeah.
during the tournament. They belong here, but there's no way out of this. But it was special. I think I'm sad for the kids because they gave what they had, and they gave all they had on the court.
Can I just say one final thing?
Yeah, sure.
Something you said reminded me of 2021 women's Afrobasket was Nigeria first, Mali second, and Cameroon came third. And after the medal presentations or whatever, the DJ was playing music and they were all just having a good time with each other, regardless of who came first, second, or third. They were all happy that they made it there. They're happy that they achieved something, that they won a medal. And I think when I look at a lot of competitions, the team who comes second always feels like they haven't achieved something. And I guess in the moment maybe they don't see it, but to understand that you've come second in a competition that is a World Cup or a continental competition, that's a big deal. And I think it's down to, especially when we're dealing with kids, it's down to coaches, it's down to parents, it's down to in a case, let's say federations, to let those kids know wherever you finished in the competition, you made it to this competition. There are countries that didn't make it. You're the final 12 or the final 10 or the final 6 or the final 4, and you should be proud of that achievement instead of seeing kids crying at the podium or taking their medals off, because also I feel like that's a sign of disrespect. And that happened in the U18 Afrobasket. I believe Egypt came second,
Oh
and
yeah.
they took the as soon as the medal was put on it, they took it off them. And I was just like, even if you're going to do that, someone should tell you need to do that off camera, because it's very disrespectful to the
Bad look.
organization that put everything on, and it makes you look bad. It doesn't make Egypt look bad, it makes you look bad. And
Just
so I think it's down to parents and coaches to let kids know, like, it's okay to come second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, because you did so much to get here.
uh, I, I just bounce back on what you said. It's not when you can come second or third or whatever. It's you need to learn to lose because when Mali girls team lost the semifinals, the girls were crying. I can totally get it that you're crying. You're sad you didn't make it, but they didn't want to get off the court.
Oh.
As a coach, if I was a coach, personally, I'd think I'd fail because, like I said earlier in another segment, at this age, you're supposed to learn to enjoy. Okay,
Mm.
and you should we have been telling the girls that it's okay if we lose. This means that we
Mm.
need to work harder for next time. This means that the other teams work harder than us. It's okay,
Mm.
and you just and you can't just come and try to drag the kids out of our court. Hey, man, you, this is the message. This is not the message a champion, a reigning champion should be sending. And when it came to play the third place game, sorry, uh, Chelo was with me, and Chelo said they won't be winning that game because their body language was saying we're here, yeah, we didn't win the tournament now, so everything is it's all over for us.
We the first ones who never won. Yeah, just for them. Come on, they're gonna be pointed out. Like, listen, hey, you destroyed our streak. Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Yeah, but isn't that down to the coaches and the federation to let them know, like you said, that all that talk is irrelevant. Like it's all that stuff is irrelevant because you
Yeah,
guys are going to go on to do more things. You're 15, 16 years old. You are children, literally.
exactly,
Your whole
exactly,
lives are ahead of you.
exactly. Because
You shouldn't
if you
be worried
just
about
I've seen there was the point guard. I don't recall her name. The point guard was crying like she just lost to someone from her family. Oh, come on! You lost a basketball match.
that. Mm.
Yeah.
You didn't even lose the World Cup final. You lost the semi-final. Come on! And the coach, that's when the coach, coaching is not about just handing out tactics and all that. It's about
Yeah.
psychology. It's about and the coach all during all the game he was shouting at them, "Yo, come on!" And this transferred to the players.
Mm.
This transferred to the players, and they were at a loss. The poor girls, but they were at a loss because you see, there was expectations. We understand
Mhm.
expectations were high. It's Mali. They had a eight uh, eight tournament winning streak and all that. But I think that before they even set foot in Rwanda, there should have been a talk saying, "Girls, if we lose, it's okay. It's
Mm.
okay. This means that we need to work harder next time. This means that other people have been working harder on us." But there was not this talk. We never did. I think they never addressed that issue, and because when you see the boys look like they had less pressure than the girls.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Okay.
they were more relaxed. They
Mm.
played with with pride. They had that sense of, of fighting. They said we're fighting for the five, but are not playing. The seven guys on the court said we're fighting for the five players who cannot play because of whatever issue happened. You sense the pride in their words. But the girls, they were just like, yeah, okay, oh, and this this is the image for me, the image of a tournament when the coach is trying to drag the players out of the court, and
Hmm.
Cameroon players, I think they didn't even salute the Cameroon
Really,
players. I think
I gotta
I'm
go
not
back and
sure.
try to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, they were like,
I think they were shocked. You know.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean the pictures I saw, they were literally draped over the floor, just tears rolling down their faces. Like they looked inconsolable.
and when they
It's
played,
it.
when they played the third place game, it was the same. You had
Mm.
it looks like you had 12 zombies on the court. They were shooting because they knew how to shoot, and that's they didn't shoot because they knew they could score. They shot because they knew, yeah, I know how to shoot, and that's it.
I feel like that is actually a disservice to all the teams they had beaten, because any of those teams would have been happy to be in the position that they were in.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, and they
Absolutely.
fought.
But we're running out of time, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to talk about what segment that for the past two episodes we've been kind of like,
Yes.
yeah. So, so we talked about it's one of the surprises of the tournament, and then we're gonna go to jump into hidden hoops, and we will talk about Sierra Leone. So, Jonathan, please give us your
Oh,
your your take.
so Sierra Leone is the Sierra Leone joined FIBA in 1991. Okay, from what I've seen, what I'm seeing here, uh, they haven't been very much active uh, on the continental scene, but for the first time in years, their under 16 team has made it to the AfroBasket, and they did so for the first appearance. It's like uh, we could they didn't expect much. They finished with so I tell you uh, uh, 0-4 strike, but apart from that, Sierra Leone have they have one player who uh, is a professional, you know, professional in, and the last time he played, it was in Philippines back in 2015, and that's all I can say. All I can say about Sierra Leone basketball. I'm sorry about that. I didn't come much prepared for that. She's been celebrating a birth, so yeah, yeah. But yeah, what we've seen is that they're trying to build up something from the under 16s. So maybe in the years to come, we'll see more of Sierra Leone.
And OG, what do you
How
say?
about you, Pedro?
Um, Uh, oh no, I'm gonna. So mine is a little bit of an amalgamation of the past and the present, if that's okay. So I'll try not to repeat any of the things that Jonathan said. But basketball in Sierra Leone had humble beginnings. So the sport was introduced in the 1960s through schools and community centres in Freetown, which is the capital city. For those that don't know, it was introduced by missionaries, as we know. Missionaries love to come to Africa and help us,
Give
and
us
it gained
Bibles in basketball. Yeah.
Bibles and basketball. They love it. It gained momentum in the 1970s and the 1980s with the rise of local leagues and street tournaments that built a passion for the following. So the game was actually growing during the 70s and 80s, using the schools and then those schools developing local leagues. So you had men and women, men specifically, playing the game. And as Jonathan said, they officially joined FIBA in 1991, marking a big milestone for the federation, but they were severely impacted in their progress by civil war, which took place from
Yes.
1991 to 2002, which is actually not that long ago when you think about it. So this disrupted the development of sports and infrastructure across the whole country, not just in basketball, and it set them back a decade, I would say. So since then, basketball has tried to slowly rebuild, but resources and funding and access to quality coaching have really remained a major problem for them, and a major challenge moving forward. Still, there are people that love the game and want it to grow. So you have different clubs popping up, especially in Freetown, and you'll find kids shooting hoops in schoolyards. The schools don't have indoor courts built in them like you would see in like a British or an American school, but they do have outdoor courts that they play on. And then lots of different communities in Freetown also have outdoor basketball courts, but they don't have lighting. So when it gets dark, everybody has to go home. As Jonathan mentioned, Sierra Leone made their debut in the boys' team in the under 16s Afrobasket, where they finished 12th. But it shows that there is a willingness from the federation for them to continue to grow and push momentum. Girls' basketball in Sierra Leone hasn't had the start it needed, again, because of the civil war. Anything to do with girls' sports was actually pushed back afterwards, and they tried to just introduce things slowly, but they are working on progressing with girls and women's sports. They have one league. I can't remember the name of the league. Hold on. Uno momento. I can't remember the name of the league, but they do have a club called YSC Warriors, which is developing young talent and pushing for more consistency in their national teams appearances. So the future is bright, but it takes a long time to build, you know, credible systems that work. And I think that them appearing in the under 16s Afrobasket is a stepping stone in the right direction.
And hey, wonderful, wonderful as always. Both of you, like we're talking a little bit about the future. There's not a lot that we can say this besides okay, they made it. They made it to AfroBasket U16, right? Hopefully, they're gonna maintain the bulk of the team, and then they're gonna try to do the same noise at the U18. But they do have some. They got some like okay, Americans of Sierra Leone
Oh,
descent.
really?
Yeah. A really really good friend of mine. His name is Alpha Bangura. Alpha
Okay.
Bangura used to play. He played at St. John's University. He went. He had a tryout with the Washington Wizards, and he played all over. And then he told me that his brother he works. His brother's a coach with KD Kevin Durant's AAU team. So they got some kids of Sierra Leone descent that
Oh,
in the
nice.
states, you know. So hopefully these kids they can do like Uganda did. Uganda took two kids that
Mm.
those twins they play in the states. They play in California. They took U18. They took that kid from London, Tijan. You know they
Tijan,
took
yes.
they put him over there so they can just make a little mixture of who plays somebody who plays at a higher competitive stage and then try to help the grow the country. Another thing is they got a couple of players at the high school level, even college level, and pros. There's a here in Germany. There's a kid. I got his name over here. His name is it's Sila Mohammed. He plays Pro A here in Germany, and they got a couple of other kids that play in college. They play Baton Rouge, and the other one played University of Portland. So the future is bright if once again, it depends on who's in charge of the federation. It depends a lot
Mm,
who wants to go and integrate the diaspora because otherwise, they say no. They don't. Some countries don't consider their diaspora part of their
mm,
population. They say, oh no, they left, whatever. So, and other countries embrace. No, honestly,
yeah.
I see your case, Nigeria. I see Cape Verde. I see,
Mm.
I mean, even Cote d'Ivoire with Matt Costello. I see how they embrace.
You're wrong for that.
No,
You said
remember?
Matt Costello.
No, because no.
Oh, yeah, because it's on
Listen.
his
At least
grandma's
he
side,
shows up.
right?
Listen, but I don't know. That's another thing. At least he shows up. Mad
Well,
respect for
that's
Matt
true.
Costello. He
That's
played yet.
true. He does
He
show up.
shows up. Other guys, they just get the Cotonou passport and boom, bounce.
Yeah, you
Never
never see
play
him
again
again.
for. So Matt Costello, hey, more power to you, brother. You
Yeah.
one of us
And
now.
when he shows up, he makes an impact.
Oh,
Costello actually,
absolutely.
he's a dominant force in that team.
Come on, listen. We forgetting this. He was runners up. Palmesa Valencia. He got second place in Spain at ACB.
Mm,
We're not talking about a
yeah.
scrub.
No,
He had a
true.
10-day contract. I don't know. He played in for the Spurs or whatever. So he's not a scrub. Come on,
Yeah.
man. More
He's the
power.
real deal.
Yeah, we wish we had more Matt Costellos. Like
Yeah.
they will come and be willing to represent the country they embraced him. Not his
Mm,
country of birth, but the country they embraced him. So yeah, and so more power to Sierra Leone.
mm,
Keep grinding, keep playing basketball. We need more because listen, let's try to make it like 16 next time for AfroBasket. Like yeah,
mm.
who knows? There's more players. There's more
But my
players.
thing is, 16, those group stages, I respect my countries, but they're going to be trash games to watch. Let's be real. Was there
Mm.
not a game that was like 73
Yeah,
20?
yeah,
What is
true,
the
true,
point? Like,
true. Yeah.
actually, why have we wasted our time? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
true. Yeah, man. Yeah, but check. But in Europe, they got Division A, Division B, Division C,
Yeah,
and
but even in Division C, games are not like that.
yeah,
Not every
true, true.
like, and I think that also
The
the thing
gap, right?
about Europe, yeah, the thing about Europe is they may have less countries than us as a continent, but the level of basketball that they have is a lot better than the level that we have. So, for example,
Yeah.
you could argue that their Group C is at least better than 50% of the under 16 teams we have. So, you as FIBA, are you going to pay to run a tournament with less than Europe Group C teams in it?
Quality, yeah. Yeah, no, gotcha. Yeah, we gotta level up,
That's
countries.
it.
Come on.
Everybody has to step up. Look at
Yeah.
what Cote d'Ivoire did, literally stepping
Wow.
up.
Yeah,
Liberia
true.
stepping up.
True.
So
Sierra
yeah, it's
Leone, yeah.
exciting.
Sierra Leone, yeah. And then others, when what Jonathan mentioned about Mali, when they played Angola, I was like, come on, we were competing, I was like, come on, they're the bad wolves, whatever, the big bad wolves.
It's
Yeah,
the end of
and
an era, no? Like everything has seasons, right? Everything cycles through. And I think maybe Mali is coming to that end of a cycle, or maybe it's going to skip a few cycles. And now everybody else, I remember Jonathan saying something like, this was back in the day when we first started. He said something like, no other African team will be able to compete with what Mali has done, because there's no way you can win the
yeah,
championship that amount of time.
true.
But if everybody starts capitalizing now, maybe
Mhm.
the next 10, 12 iterations, it's not the same team going back to fourth, but different teams from different countries are
But
now
I'll tell you
picking up
something.
that crown.
I was chatting with an official from uh, whatever country, and that official said uh, we're, we're tired of seeing Egypt and Mali always battling for a title. You know, I'm happy Egypt won
I feel like
the
that's
girls' title, but I'm even happier that it was uh, Cote d'Ivoire in the final against them.
unfair.
Whatever happened, the girls from Cote d'Ivoire they were celebrating that silver medal like they won the tournament.
That's
No,
what I'm saying. Because it's an achievement.
and they were happy, they were singing and all that. Egypt being very serious and dignified, and
Yeah,
you had Cote d'Ivoire just walking around celebrating.
having a
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
And I,
Me-
I think what the under 16 has done, sorry, P Funk, this is the last thing I'll say on it. What the under 16s has shown us and shown other federations is Mali can be knocked off the top spot. So if Cote d'Ivoire, if Egypt can do it, your teams can do it as well. So now you've got 2 years to put your investment into your under 16s. And also, if they can do it at under 16s, what's stopping you from doing it at under 18s?
There you
That's
go.
it.
There you go. There you go. Listen, we could talk about those two wonderful tournaments, both the boys under 16s and the girls, but we got a quiz to win. Okay? So, Lucy, insert the theme song for our quiz. No. Yeah, put the theme song and then let's go. Get your pens and papers ready, please. I think listen, there's going to be an unfair advantage for Jonathan because he was there. He was there. You know, he was there. But either way, like a
Where is
quiz is.
Jigo when you need him
I
to even out things for you? I said at the beginning, I don't want to come last. The only way that works is if Jigo is here to come last, so I can come in the middle of the pack. Now I have to do a head to head. No one agreed to it. I didn't sign up for this.
no, but the good thing is like we with the quiz, we always learn something. You know, it's educational. Like okay, we learned that Jigo can actually win one. He's not old for everything. But like yeah. So I think he knew there was a quiz today. That's why he miraculously, mysteriously has a game to cover. Anyways, are you guys ready?
but I thought
Yes,
he was a
sir. I've got
coach.
a pen.
I
I
thought
He
don't
told
even
me
know.
he's good.
I thought
You,
Jigo
you
was a
said
Jigo
he's
is
a
a
coach.
coach,
player.
really? He told me he's a player.
Me
I didn't
too.
hear
You said he's a
coach.
No.
player.
I feel like every week is a different excuse. Guys, I've got a game today. Guys, I've got to work up late.
the
Guys, the bridge
bridge, the
fell
bridge.
down.
the dog ate my phone, so I didn't check, and whatever.
The
Anyway,
Wi-Fi is not
yeah,
working.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Africa problems. Yeah. So
Ah,
you guys
Come
ready?
on.
yes, sir.
Shit.
Okay, there you go. Question number one. Listen, I'm gonna stress the fact that it's all about U16 boys and girls Afrobasket.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So let's start. Question number one. Who led the U16 boys AfroBasket in scoring? Okay, it's a two-part question. Who, the name of the player, and then how many points per game? So
Mm-mm. I can do points per game because that's just a guess in it.
okay.
Oh,
Boys in scoring.
5, 4, 3, 2. Your answers, please.
Okay.
do you see
I
my
put
answer?
someone from Egypt and I put 20. Well, that's unfair. He probably wrote the article, mate.
You brought so
Can I get half a
2 points
point?
for Jonathan because he did write the article. No,
He
but he
wrote
got that.
the
He got it. He got it. He nailed it. He got 21. He got 21. It was like
mine says 21. You
Miggy.
just can't. That's a one, actually. It's just I drew it wrong. It's a one, actually. This is gonna be a bad. All the fans of me, this is gonna be bad.
No,
This
it's
is
gonna
gonna
be
be a
because now, because I only remember. Okay,
hopefully,
Jonathan was
I
there.
can grab some of Jigo's fans, you know. No, I
So
don't want these fans.
it's
I don't want these fans.
2-0. It's 2-0.
God,
Yeah,
give
you
me-
were close. You got 20, and it was 21. Yeah, it was 21.
And I was
It
close.
went-
I said it was a player from Egypt.
No. It's from Morocco.
Yes, he was from Morocco.
Yeah, Mehdi.
Well, I
Mehdi
said
from-
North Africa. That's close.
Okay, now the other question, the second question is also about, but it's about the girls' AfroBasket U16. Okay, who led girls AfroBasket U16 girls AfroBasket in efficiency? There was 2 players. Okay, the questions. It's gonna be 4 points, like 1 for each player.
there's
Actually,
2
3
players.
points because there's the same efficiency. 2 players and the efficiency. So it's going to be a 3-point question. Yeah.
This is a mad guess. I have no idea.
I have no idea
You know,
anyway.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you know that I'm cheating. I'm gonna go to the Instagram page of AfroBasket women, and I'm gonna look at who was on the poster because I think I made the poster, but I think I picked the player who has efficiency, and I'm gonna check what her name is. Yeah, I'm going with that. I'll put these 2 names and we'll see what happens.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on. So this one is from CIV and this one is from Egypt. One of these has got to be right, bro. She's on the poster. Imagine if I made the poster and I picked the wrong player.
Let me see.
I don't know.
Let me see.
I don't know.
So I picked Layla Issa from Egypt and Emanuela Williams from Cote d'Ivoire, and I put 28 points, 28 efficiency.
No. What about you, Jonathan?
No,
was
I'm done.
breaking my
So okay, it's
But she's wrong. She's wrong.
Alpha Ishmwe of Rwanda and Alicia Mwondo of Angola. You know,
Oops.
with
I
with
said
17.8.
17.2.
17.8. 17. I saw 17.8. I don't know. I saw
17? No, see, I think you're wrong. I actually think it's 25.
It's 17.8.
Whatever I wrote.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
So who are the players? Sorry, I didn't hear
Yeah,
it.
Rwanda.
See you live.
From Rwanda. Alpha Ishmwe and then Alicia Mwondo of Angola. I had to put some
Come on.
Angola, you know. Yeah, okay.
They
So-
weren't even in the top performers. I did all of those graphics. I don't remember those names.
I know, but you know what it is.
Oh no, did you?
Can I just tell you something? The thing is, like,
Alicia Mudogu. Is that what you said? Alicia.
Mwondo, yeah,
Yeah,
she's there.
she was
there.
in
She
it like
there.
twice. Yeah, fair.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Question number. So we stayed at 2-0. Question number 3. Who was the MVP of U16 girls AfroBasket?
I will defer to my graphics. Oh, I didn't make a graphic for U16 Afrobasket.
Oh,
Oh gosh. Right, hold on. Of the girls, right?
Yeah.
Egypt won, so I'm going to put someone from Egypt. And there was only 2 of them, so I'm going to guess one.
no, just bear in mind that I wrote all the stories.
Of course he did. Mine
That's
are
like
actual guesses, people. Mine are actual guesses. Well, this
Five,
one
see
is
that.
not a guess because I'm
4,
looking at the list of All
3,
Star 5 and I'm picking one.
2, 1.
I think I spelled her name right. Fatima Abidila. If it's
There
not her,
you go.
my
It's
guess is
her.
Zena
It's
Amin.
her.
Oh, okay,
No.
cool.
It's
Yay.
Fatma.
It's
It's Fatma Abdella.
Oh no, I put an I when there's no I.
Coloclo.
Oh,
Coloclo. No. It's an Arabic name, and you're not Arabic, so I'm gonna give you a pass.
thank you,
Listen, you
thank
get a
you.
point. You get a point. So it's
Yes.
3-1. It's 3-1.
Okay, at least I got 1 point. I'm proud
Yeah,
of
yeah, 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 yeah.
Nigerians. Stand up. We got one.
Okay. Question number 4. It's a 2-point question. Okay. It's gonna be the following. Jean-Philippe Oka was named MVP of the boys under 16 Afrobasket with a double-double in points and rebounds. So, how many points and rebounds did he average?
In the average.
Yeah.
Jeez. Can I ask you a question? Is it the same number of points and rebounds?
No.
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 Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hint. It's slightly less rebounds, but it's a double-double though.
Okay, slightly less rebounds. Okay. That's
Kid-
the
The kid is a
average.
beast. The kid is a beast though.
It's a beast.
Yeah.
So are we talking over 30?
No, it
Okay,
was
right.
no.
He's still a child then. Okay. Right,
Listen,
come on. I just got to get
Jonathan,
close.
you got it to the last decimal point. I know. Anyway, so
Wait, there's a decimal point in it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show us our paper.
oh, I was close. I said 16. Oh no, 16 points. Oh no, that was really
2
bad.
more points. Listen, 2 more points for Jonathan. He wrote the damn thing. Right? So he's like, it was like me asking, hey Jonathan,
That's why
what's
I
your middle
said.
name?
Look, I'm
Jonathan,
happy I got 1 point.
you got 1 point
Okay,
anyway.
because I was
Anyway,
expecting to get 0 in this quiz. So I'm just,
That's
you know what? I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
you're not gonna be
I,
like
Oh,
Molly, sore loser.
yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot that. Listen, I mean, when we talked about U16, so the quiz had to be about it, So like, yeah, but unfair. It's unfair, Anyways, 2 more points for Jonathan, so it stands at 5. No. Three is 5-2. It's 5-1.
5-2,
5-1. I'm sorry,
5-1.
5-1. Okay, and the last question. Yeah, last question. I mean, he's a virtual winner, but like we're gonna go out in style. 5 questions.
No, you should offer a bonus
2025.
point. Offer bonus points. And if I get it right, I might win. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he's gonna get it right too. He's gonna get it right. That's the
We don't
thing.
know that. We don't know. We don't know. You might have
Okay.
a blank moment.
Okay. I will say this. This is double, double, even double. You're not gonna even double. Yeah, you can't catch him. It's 5-1.
Okay, so just offer 6 points for this one, and
Okay.
then I would win.
Okay. It's a
wait.
5-point question. Okay?
But you realize that if
What?
I get this right and you
You
get this
win
wrong,
too. Yeah.
no, it will
No.
be
Okay.
a blowout win, for me.
Okay,
You realize
here's
that.
what we do. Jonathan, you can't answer the question. I can either get it right or I can get it wrong. That's it. I think that's the fairest way to do it. I can either get it right or I can get it wrong. That's it.
Okay. Let's do this. It's
No,
it's
Okay.
a simple question. It's a
the
simple
competitor in
question.
me says no. Shoot.
Okay, let's do this. 2025 Boys and Girls Afrobasket, U16 Afrobasket were a turning point in African basketball. For the first time, the early favorites for both the girls and boys tournaments didn't even reach the podium. Who are we talking about and what place did they finish? One for the girls, one for the boys. That's what I'm trying to. We talked
I
about it.
think I'm going to get this right. I
Yeah,
actually
we
think I'm
talked
going to
about
get
it
this right.
during. Yeah, he talked about it during. So it's a
If I get
2 point
it wrong, it means I wasn't paying attention for real.
fact.
And if I get it wrong, sir, man, no.
You know, listen, you're disqualified from this question. I don't even know why you're here. You can close your laptop.
Yeah,
It's not
I
for
think
me.
this is kind of like like Jonathan in this quiz is kind of like doping. Like you've been
Yeah.
doping. You gotta go. Anyways, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I
Wait, what?
mentioned podium. I mentioned podium.
Wait, I don't
You didn't
understand the
listen to
question.
How can you
How
put
did we both get
Molly?
it wrong?
No, he got it right. He got it right because it was Mali on the girls' side, Egypt on the
Yes.
on the boys. They all got fourth.
Oh, you said who didn't get to the.
Yeah.
And she wanted 5 points. No, just imagine if she gave him a 5
Oh,
points.
what a
Oh
shame,
my!
guys. We've run out of time. Oh, bye.
No, but honestly, it's kind of like when Jigo one day he had he just wrote something else because he put Mali third and fourth, fourth and fifth. So you put Mali in boys and Mali in girls, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know. Oh no! He got. I mean, Jonathan got the question because the favorites didn't reach because they got fourth place. Ah, come on, but it's all good. It's all good. Next time it's not gonna be. It's gonna be a random.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Jigo should
No,
be
it's
here.
going to be Jonathan. Jonathan's going to host the next one.
Oh no, so he's
If
not
Jigo's
winning. Yeah.
lost, Jigo's lost his hosting privileges is because he doesn't take this podcast seriously.
No, but anyways,
Oh,
it was
what happened?
7-1. What happened?
Someone changed my name. It's not a quiz master. Oh,
Have we been hacked while we were doing the
yeah,
podcast?
yeah, we've been hacked.
Oh my gosh, that's
I know.
hilarious.
Listen, no.
It only
So
took him
listen.
like 1 hour to figure it out as well.
Nah, hey,
Oh,
listen, but he's I don't even know how many episodes I mean, it's you number one, Marcel number two. Marcel's been,
No, there's
you know,
no way Marcel has. Guys, I know I've been talking about this leaderboard for a long time, but I
you
actually
gotta
have
make
time. And
please.
I promise you, I'm going to count them up. There's no way Marcel has more than me. I refuse to let Cello be on top of me. We're
Who
not
never
doing it.
comes? Who never comes? Yeah,
He
who
never
never.
turns up. How can he have more than me? That doesn't make any
No,
sense.
yeah. No, but like, hey, it was a good. Listen, we've been here for an hour and 12 minutes. You know, yeah, it's an hour. We said 60 minutes, but we always last time like OG and I we just nailed it. Like hey, let's gonna do,
Militant.
yeah,
Militant.
but then we're like now the quiz master's here, but like, we had another segment to talk about. So listen, let's go. Um, I want to thank you for episode 39 for watching it. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Leave us a little comment. We're here for you. This is a go-to African basketball podcast because we talk about African basketball and we do it for you. We could be anywhere in the world, but we're here with you guys. So I want to thank my co-host, OG, and the quiz master because your name is not Jonathan anymore. And then now we actually the quiz master is going to go with a final thought.
yeah, my fun thoughts will go towards from what we've seen at the under 16s, um, with teams coming up and leveling up to the big names on the continent. No, why why and how? But it's in two questions. Sorry. So why can't we have more teams coming up? I mean, like it's it's not that every team will make it to the finals, but this could lead to more disputed zone qualifications.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Okay, first thing, and how can every team, every other country on the continent level up to be able to match up and bring more level to the zone qualifications, because sometimes you see blowout wins in qualifiers, and then the same team goes out uh, to the final phase, and it's nothing, not just the same. But the question is, how can they level up, and why do we need all more teams to come to the qualifiers, to work hard to make it to the qualifiers? Because just for info, they haven't been qualifiers for zone 7,
Mm.
and basically it's like a requisite that zone 7 is never represented at the on the 16th or on the 18th, unless they are hosting, unless we are
That's very
hosting
true.
the tournament. So
Mm.
here we go. That's it for
No,
me.
thank you, thank you, thank you. No, that's amazing. Hey, we're gonna talk about the next episode 40. So 40
Wow.
episodes, we 40 deep. We 40 deep. So
I'll be
don't forget.
hosting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. And then you know what? He's not gonna win. The quiz master's not gonna win. So
Thank
we get, hey,
God.
listen. So go get your FIBA.com learning on whatever, because we got to learn, because he's gonna come with like in 1912 at 4 o'clock in the morning, somebody shot an air ball. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. It was a pleasure being a host, being your host. My co-host, once again, we did our thing. And then, if you snooze, you lose, because the other ones that miraculously hosting a party or doing whatever, it's their problem. Anyways, listen, keep swishing.